The Hulk versus Solomon Grundy. The World Breaker versus someone who is pretty much a zombie. An almost invincible force versus a supervillain who is proportionately as large as he is. While this hypothetical battle seems like it has a clear winner, we're taking a closer look at how these two characters are, and seeing how they would fare in a battle. Let us know who you think would win with either hashtag Solomon Grundy or hashtag Hulk in those comments below. Hey everyone, welcome back to Versus on Top 10 Nerd, the video series where we take your favorite characters and put them in the ring with one another. Looking at a DC villain and a Marvel hero. So let's start things off by looking at their origins. Beginning with the Hulk. Bruce Banner first appeared in 1962 in the Incredible Hulk issue number 1, created by legends Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Part Frankenstein's monster, part Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, the scientist would get blasted with gamma radiation when he saved a teenager who strayed onto their testing field for an experimental detonation of a gamma bomb. That night, Banner would transform into the Hulk, who was initially gray and only came out at night. This would eventually change, and the transformation trigger would become Bruce's temper. Moving on to Solomon Grundy. Solomon, on the other hand, was initially depicted as a murder victim. Yikes. The character was introduced in 1944 as an enemy of the then Green Lantern Alan Scott, so there's multiple versions of his origin story. The first origin story told of him being a man named Cyrus Gold, who was murdered with his body being dropped off at the aptly named Slaughter Swamp near Gotham City, because police would totally just never look there at the Slaughter Swamp. 50 years later, his corpse was reanimated, but now he was a huge lumbering figure due to his body melding with swamp matter. Yeah, that sounds fun. He then kills some criminals, steals their clothes, and ends up in a hobo camp where, when he's asked his name, he can only recall the fact that he was born on a Monday. One of the other homeless men at the camp makes a remark about the nursery rhyme Solomon Grundy, so that's the name that Gold ends up taking. So that first origin is considered the Earth 2 origin of the villain, while the Earth 1 origin tells of a Grundy that is created when the parasite uses a crystal to metabolically quicken the growth of residual cells left over in sewers, from when the original Solomon Grundy, the Earth 2 one, had crossed over from his home on Earth 2. So this makes a Mega Grundy, who dukes it out with Superman pretty often. His New 52 origin is also different. The character was a man in 1898 who worked at a slaughterhouse, and when his wife was raped and murdered by his foreman, he was forced to feed her body to the crocodiles. So he snaps, murders the foreman, and then murders all of his co-workers and commits suicide. Then something odd happened, which was kind of unexplained, but then he ends up being Grundy. So now let's talk about abilities and weaknesses. The Hulk has a bit of a reputation for being overpowered. The character's abilities have grown exponentially over the years, pretty much granting him limitless abilities. For starters though, he has a genius level intellect as Bruce Banner, having a mind so brilliant it cannot be measured on any known intelligence test. As the Hulk, he's got superhuman strength and durability, which over the years has evolved into a seemingly limitless potential. The angrier he gets, the stronger he gets, and in most cases in battle he just gets angrier. The cosmic entity Beyonder once analyzed him and stated that his strength has no finite element inside. His durability, endurance, and regenerative health abilities also increase in proportion to his temper. He's withstood nuclear attacks, he's grown stronger from radiation, he can resist psychic control, his future self the Maestro was able to recover from being blown to dust, he's destroyed planets, and the one only viable weakness the character had ever had was written out in the 70s, that if he was exposed to a large dose of gamma rays, he transformed back into Bruce. These days it seems his only weakness is one that is rather adorable. Puppies, actually. But let's be real, Solomon Grundy ain't gonna bring a crate of puppies to a battle, let alone convince that many puppies to hang out with him, which is also kind of sad. I'm feeling bad for him now, kind of. That being said, Hulk is vulnerable to powerful magic. Doctor Strange has been known to hold him off, and Zeus's lightning has also proven to wound him. Adamantium has previously cut through his flesh, even though he still regenerates. And in Old Man Logan, he eats Wolverine, who later regenerates from inside his body and tears him apart. The power cosmic has also taken a toll on the Hulk too. Moving on to Solomon Grundy. Grundy has superhuman strength and stamina said to rival that of Superman's, although this has varied wildly over the years. During the Long Halloween, Batman was able to defeat him. Grundy is indestructible and immortal due to the elemental energy that gives him his pseudo-light. He's invulnerable to magic and energy attacks and most physical attacks, and fire and low temperatures don't really affect him. He has a powerful healing ability. In addition to that, he also has a resistance to Alan Scott's Green Lantern power ring, which is due to him being partial plant elemental and the fact that he is part plant essence. So how would a fight go down between these two? Well, it's kind of a no-brainer. Even if Solomon Grundy has strength that equals that of Superman's, which the Hulk pretty much equals to at his base level, the angrier the Hulk gets, the more power he has. It's only a matter of time before Grundy is overpowered and defeated, even though he is pretty resistant to a lot of things. So the winner, the Hulk. At the end of the the day, Solomon Grundy can be destroyed, even though he has typically returned to the DC universe despite being killed, unlike the Hulk, whose regenerative powers work much quicker. So, do you agree with our pick? Does poor Solomon deserve another chance? Maybe. I feel really bad. Let us know your thoughts in those comments below. If you dug this video, hit that like button, and hey, if you're new, why not subscribe? We've also got a ton of other Versus videos that you can check out in the playlist that's currently flashing on your screen. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I've been Kelly Pally, and this has been Top 10 Nerd. Catch you all in the next one.